Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, for your CARBOT enjoyment, it's going to be WhiteRa versus Fluffy here on Heartbreak Ridge. Left side of the map, orange Zerg player. His name is Fluffy. Don't know anything about him. Don't know where he's from. He doesn't show up on Google. But if it's an epic game with WhiteRa, then he must be pretty good. And the right side of the map, it is the red Protoss player from Ukraine. It is WhiteRa. Love this guy. Love him so much. An older StarCraft player. Like, who doesn't identify with that at some point in their lives, right? All of us eventually will get to the point that we're aging. Just how it is. All right, so it's going to be a ZVP here on Heartbreak Ridge. This is from the Gosu Gamers Replay Pack that was sent to me by Lazaros. Lazaros, thanks again for hooking me up, man. You have really helped this channel out. I am just so in love with every replay that's come out of this thing. It's never let me down. It has never let me down. There's weird stuff that happens. It's close games. There's everything I ever want in a Brood War game to cast is where we are. So anything crazy yet? Not really. No quick pool anyway. Not a Fluffy. Not like a 4 pool or anything nuts. He is in fact saving up. Looks very much like a hatch first play. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Meanwhile, pretty wide area to wall off here, but WhiteRa has it figured out. Is this actually... Man, is that placement just perfect? Can you fit a Nexus just perfectly in there? I bet you can. I bet you can if you're WhiteRa. I bet you can't if you're me. Anyway, it is a pool first here. About a 13 pool there from Fluffy. And then he wants to expand, but we're fighting. There's a bit of a petition going on for CARBOT to add wings to the drones. They've got their little pincer things, but not the wings that they're supposed to have. Just a little bit frustrating, but not a big deal. Another drone comes down. It actually doesn't have the resources to expand at this point, which is always frustrating. He droned up a little bit. He made a set of Zerglings, and he called it good. Spinning around, just trying to expand. He gets it. He just barely gets it there. These lings, where did they go? Did he cancel? What? Were there lings in the production tab, or was I hallucinating, guys? Wow. Maybe he canceled them as soon as he saw he was getting the hat shot anyway and he didn't need them. It's possible. Anyway, there are now 3 sets of lings in production. He doesn't have any gas either here, so it's going to be a gasless opening for the Zerg player, which is a little bit strange. And yeah, look at that. That Nexus fits perfectly. I think the pylon size is big in the CARBOT skin, and as a result, look how much overlap there is, too. Circle there, circle there. Yeah, I think it looks better probably in the remastered version of the client. But yeah, lings cruising out. 2 of them to the south, 4 of them to the north. Really shouldn't be able to do anything here at all. As, in fact, there are cannons in production. Overlord comes in, observing everything through his heavy-lidded eyes. Gonna take a shot from a cannon. Maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe... Okay, 4, maybe 5, 6... 7. Really? 7 hits from that cannon? I would not have guessed that, obviously. And Fluffy third base in it. Down on the left. So this is a really heavy macro opening. This probe can scout forever because these lings really gonna have a hard time killing it. Killing her. What is this drone doing up here? Was he gonna try to throw up a hatch? That would have been super cool, by the way. Did he? Oh, he mined through the blocker. He'd got a drone up there and he mined through, and the lings are going to come down, and the lings are going to try to sneak inside the main base this way. And there's only one zealot. Oh, he knows. He saw that happening, and he was like, I have a sneaking suspicion that's what's going on here. And the cannon's in range to hit these guys too. Oh, that's incredible. That's really incredible play from WhiteRa. He's just blocking it off with a zealot and a probe, and the lings can't do anything about it. That's unfortunate, honestly. I wanted to see somebody take advantage of that. It didn't have to be Zerg, but I mean, Zerg is my main race and my favorite one, so it would have been nice if it was a Zerg, but can't get through, man. Not with that cannon shooting, not with the zealot hacking away right here. Ah, it's so frustrating. So sad. Drones need to get to work here for Fluffy. Fluffy, come on, man. Get it in there. There you go. Get those drones to work, and it's a quick lair here, too. He's got to be worried about Corsairs, doesn't he? Although with this stage, what is this? Stargate. Okay, there is a Stargate on the way. This is so much resources invested into these lings, and they're not doing anything. These should be drones. These should be drones working at the third base or helping to saturate the natural base a little bit better. But as a result, they are lings that are not accomplishing anything right now. And it's a bad thing indeed for the Zerg player. Get these guys to work, dude. There we go. All right, so at this point, what I'm thinking here is this going to be Scourge. It's going to be Scourge opening up for the Zerg player, as is tradition. These lings, again, should be drones. WhiteRa's up 38 to 33 overall. And again, these lings, they'll be handy. Like, he will need lings later, but right now they're doing nothing for him. And units that are doing nothing for you as a Zerg player are bad. The way Zerg is built, you need to drone, and make units when you need to. Whether you're attacking or whether you're defending. Right? That's when you make attacking units. You don't make them just because. You don't build them up over time like a Zerg, like a Protoss player does or a Terran player does. It's just not how strategy works. So, wasted lings. Hydralisk speed is on the way right now. Hydra is going to be the play out of Fluffy. WhiteRa getting Zealot speed. Legs enhancements there. And a Templar Archives ready for that Storm. Which, by golly, Storm is good. Corsair here. I like that attack animation. It's kind of neat. Very nicely done, CARBOT. Did I tell you that CARBOT has retweeted some of my tweets recently about casts in the CARBOT skin and streaming here on YouTube on the CARBOT skin? So yeah, the Hydras are here to protect the Overlords. You don't have to make a bunch of them at this stage. There's just one Corsair. The Corsair takes forever to kill Overlords, and Hydras don't take as long to kill Corsairs. So as a result, the Corsair is here for scouting at this point. And here comes a Ling Hydra attack, trying to get in there before Storm is done, but that's a lot of Zealots, man. You do not have the army to hang with this, especially with cannon support. This one, and you can't get a surround. If you can't get a surround on Zealots and they're chunked into a narrow space like this and you're trying to use Lings, it's not going to work. Look how fast they are when they have legs. Shoof. They look like they're sprinting with this animation. Man, I love them. I love CARBOT Zealots. I actually have a CARBOT shirt that I bought with the CARBOT Zealot on the front. I just love him so much. He has so much passion for what he does. It is really easy to admire. Hydra's attack range finishing up right now, which is really nice for Hydras in general. Anything that gives you additional range or speed is going to be great. Hydras have upgrades for both. Zealots sneaking on into the third base, and I think it's in trouble. Trying to maybe use some Hydras to counter it. Zealot's going to get right on top of this action, though, guys. Like, holy crap. Tacking on into the natural, where there are two Sunkens and a bunch of Hydras, and the Zealots decide that is not the place for us. Again, the third base, I gotta say, feels pretty open, although there are two Sunkens down there too, so I'm liking that out of Fluffy. He's prepared. Prepared against all eventualities. Lurker aspect on the way from Fluffy. Storm is coming in from the Protoss. He's working on Singularity Charge and moving into Dragoons, just basically predicting the presence of Lurkers eventually, based on what we're seeing here from Fluffy in the early stages of the game. Also, a robotics facility coming in. Likely going to be for those Reavers, which can be so good in the hands of somebody like WhiteRa and his special tactics, where he uses shuttles. In StarCraft 2, he uses the Warp Prism, which is the successor to the shuttle in StarCraft 2, for special tactics, which Warp Prisms are like shuttles, except they can be in warp-in mode anywhere on the battlefield and warp in reinforcements off of your gateways instantly. It's a really, really good unit, to the point that Blizzard is looking at nerfing it here in an upcoming patch. Yeah, Spire coming in from Fluffy, so using Hydras to defend against the Corsairs rather than Scourge. I honestly prefer that. Scourge, a good player can really handle Scourge pretty well, but Hydralisks are harder for the Corsairs to deal with. But yeah, at this stage, the Hydra time is pretty much over. There's a bunch of High Templar out. They have Storm available to them. No Kadaran Amulet upgrade yet, but I have to imagine that WhiteRa's going to get it just based on how much he's going to rely on this Storm from time to time. Nice Sim City here. Got his all his gateways lined up. Observatory there. We have seen some observers running around in this game too. Still no sign of a third out of WhiteRa. And Fluffy's got to be a little bit confused about that. Where is your third base, my Ukrainian friend? He's probably saying. Zergling happily frolicking through the grass. La la la. So happy. Fourth base coming up for Fluffy top left. Basically says, well, I mean, sure, the Protoss doesn't have a third base yet, but he's going to eventually, right? Lings attacking onto these Dragoons. They're all going to die, but they do give good intel as to where the Protoss army is right now. And a third base is now on the way from WhiteRa. It is going to be 9 Mutalisks. Hey. All right. So we're going to see the Mutas fly in here and try to take down the High Templar. Try to snipe them while not getting stormed to death or killed by these Dragoons. And 4 more Dragoons in production. Dragoons are a good answer here to the Mutas. WhiteRa, I think, might have a bit of an idea of what's going on here. Where's his observer been? I don't see one over here now, but I have to imagine he's tried to sneak one in at some point. And would he see the spire is the question. Where is the spire? Oh, it's right here. Derp. Right in the main. There's no anti-air here. There's no spore colonies, so obviously. So the Mutas are actually going to reveal themselves by killing a single Zealot, which I'm honestly bummed by. Mutas are so much better when they are a surprise unit. Just saying. So free, sure, but a free kill is a free kill. I'm not going to argue with. The entire army of WhiteRa is going to come wipe out this hatch. I don't think there's anything that Fluffy can do about this, really. He doesn't have the time to get up here. The Templar are worried about getting sniped, right? The Mutas are flying around trying to find these dudes. Free probe is nice. And maybe harassing the third base is good too, but at this stage, I kind of feel like Fluffy can afford to lose this hatchery if this third base by WhiteRa goes down. WhiteRa does not want to be on 2 bases past the 12-minute mark of this game. I'm not sure that he has to be either. Muta's continuing to harass here at the natural base, killing probes, doing a pretty good job of it as well. And yeah, just some Dragoons coming over to take care of the fourth. It's not the whole army, it's just some. He is sending some units back to deal with the Mutalisks, and they're doing a great job whittling down this probe count at the natural base. There are still 9 Mutalisks in this group. They are killing WhiteRa's probe count at the moment. Another one down, another one down, another one down. He is taking hits from cannons. Did he find a sweet spot where he's not getting... Oh, he's not getting hit by the cannons. WhiteRa, the cannons can't protect you. Whoa! WhiteRa is big time down in probe count at the moment. He has a handful at his natural and nothing at his third. Okay, 2 at his third and none at his main right now. Okay, 3 at his main. Still, that was some amazing Mutalisk control out of Fluffy. WhiteRa needs to get something done. He is down big time in worker count. It's 3 bases. Yeah, to 3 bases, sure. But the problem is WhiteRa's economy is not doing as well. He's forced to use money to produce probes instead of producing things like Zealots and Dragoons. The Muta's continuing to harass up here, guys. How many kills these Mutalisks have? 4, 2, 4, 6. That is pretty good, man. That is pretty good kill counts. Not a good place for you, though. The Dragoons can pin you in a corner. Tack it on in. Here we go. Storm on the Lurkers. Lurkers stabbing it against the Zealots. Zealots getting hammered by a combination of Hydralisks and Lurkers. Great storm. The Scourge getting picked off in that storm, too. WhiteRa very patiently storming this, trying to push the creep back. Sunken's still alive, hammering away. Single very brave Hydralisk out on the edge of the creep is going to die to multiple attacks there from the Dragoons. And WhiteRa very patiently trying to make this thing happen. Are these guys still alive? There are still 6 Mutalisks here, you guys. And sniping off good storm. I was going to say, sniping off some of the Dragoons is nice, but geez, walking through the storm and then back out again, not super fantastic. Adrenal glands on the way here. What is that supposed to be? I can't tell what that is supposed to be. Somebody like pause the video and look at it and tell me what it is in the comments. We'll talk about it. I do read every comment anyone has ever put in any of my videos, by the way. So just keep that in mind. If you ever wanted to talk to Falcon, hit me up in the comments of my videos. It's a decent way to do it, for sure. Muta's taking shots from cannons and picking off probes. And maybe taking hits from Archons, too. And Dragoons. Yeah, I mean, at this stage, WhiteRa has a pretty darn big army. You can't really engage into this right now. Fluffy's been doing a pretty good job working on... Well, there we go. Faster Overlord movement. Ultralisks in production now, too. Have we seen Ultras in his EVP in a while? I'd want to say no. That's usually a ZVT unit for sure. Anyway, the Mutalisks are still alive. There are still 5 mutas here. Look at the probe count for WhiteRa in the main. Holy crap. How did he do that? He's just good at... Well, I guess maybe he brought some from the natural base. Jeez. If WhiteRa can withstand this much probe death, I'm going to be super duper impressed. Archon's in production here. Sunken's getting sniped out of the ground by these Dragoons that happen to have +2 attack. Hydras are on +1 armor. No attack upgrades, though. Again, Storm on the Lurkers is beautiful. It is a good way to kill them for sure. Lings, no. Another Storm, that maybe felt a little bit unnecessary. That Storm, just for that number of Zerglings, but worked out for WhiteRa in the end. He didn't get blitzed by building things after that. More Archons on the way. I keep thinking a Dark Archon is on the way here, too, but it's possible. It's just not something that we've seen yet. 115 to 105 total supply. Protoss is up. And the Zerg player has been on 3 bases for some time, which is bad, which is really bad. WhiteRa's on 3 bases. The thing is, WhiteRa keeps losing probes, which is good for the Zerg player, but, oh, these Lings are getting trapped, man. Are they, though? Are they trapped, though? Falcon Paladin fans. High Templar gets a nice Storm off. Lings need to come around. You got to wrap around on these Dragoons, man. It's just not controlling his army as well, and as a result, the Ultralisks have to trundle off very sadly. Little big dogs that they are. What are these Lings trying to do? Are these Mutas still doing stuff? These Mutas are still doing stuff. He lost another one. Yeah, I mean, these Lings now, sure, maybe take down a couple Dragoons. Not bad. Adrenal Gland's really helping out here, but in the end, they're all dead for nothing. If they came around for the flank attack while the Ultras were here, that could have been really dangerous for WhiteRa. Instead, WhiteRa's all right. He is making 6 Dark Templar, which entirely possible some of them become Dark Archons. I'm just saying. I'm saying it's a possibility. I can't give you odds on that, but man, DTs, they might be my favorite thing in all of StarCraft CARBOT, StarCraft Cartooned. You're just so serious all the time. I know the Zealots are too. Is that 5 more Dark Templar? This is a Dark Templar transition right now out of WhiteRa. Who expects that? Who expects the DT transition here? Where are the Overlords? There's one spotting. Guys are hanging out. The engagement is real, though. Ultra count kind of intimidating. Sure, Storm's a thing, but guess what's really good against Ultras? Dark Templar, because they swing hard and they swing slow. Yeah, I think the Ultras know. I think they know they're getting hacked by Dark Templar here, and as a result, they are pulling back. Pulling back to the Sunkens, pulling back to the Overlords, and their detection. This Muta crew has just been putting in so much work today. 8 kills, 5 kills, 7 kills, 6 kills. That's an insane number of kills. That's like 30 total kills on these dudes. And I gotta say, most of those are probably probes. That said, WhiteRa's up 121 to 99 total supply. Fluffy has been absolutely unable to take a 4th base in this game. He's tried, it hasn't worked. A scout's in production from WhiteRa for reasons I don't fully understand. Maybe he wants to use it to kill all of the Overlords. But in that case, you just have Corsairs, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on here out of WhiteRa. It's just one scout, it looks like. He's not going for Mass Stargate or anything. WhiteRa is not really paying attention to this right now. I'm kind of confused. The Mutas are just slowly hacking down all of the probes at his main and his natural base. Like, at some point, you should be getting your workers are under attack, right? Your probes are under attack, I believe is what it says. Engagement down in the middle. Lurkers stabbing from the high ground, and there aren't any... Okay, there's a High Templar here. That doesn't seem like enough. This High Templar is thinking about throwing down a storm on these dudes, but is not doing it. This Muta... Okay, so the Scout takes down Mutalisk number 1. He's just making a Scout to handle these Mutalisks. All 4 of them there have been here so far today. 13 kill Mutalisk and a 12 kill Mutalisk. Actually, they are really fast. 2 HP, though. I don't know if you're making it out of here alive, buddy. You're not flying past that cannon, I can tell you that much. WhiteRa does attempt to take a base up here for his 4th. Kind of a sneaky ninja expansion at about the 11 o'clock position. No. Say the Zerglings. How's about that? It is 2 attack on the Ultras and Lings with 4 total armor, +1 for the Ultras. DTs hacking away at these Ultralisks, man. Doing their Jedi ninja flips. And then an Overlord comes over and suddenly the tides are turned. That's the thing about cloaked units, is really good if you can't see them, but really bad if you can. Meanwhile, a lot of Lings died. That was just WhiteRa kind of owning his way up here to, hey, you want a 4th base? How's about you not get a 4th base and another hatchery goes down? So Fluffy's getting desperate here. We're 20 minutes into this game. He's on 3 bases. Sure, he technically has stuff mining from his main. But man, 3 base to 3 base is just a horrible position for the Zerg. No matter how you try to slice it. It's going to be more High Templar. It's going to be more Zealots in the mix here too. The DT play from WhiteRa is totally fantastic. Ooh. Ooh. We dropping? Fluffy, we're dropping, aren't we? Those are drop lords. They are going to be dropping somewhere. I don't know where. These are really scary Archons with +3 attack doing 39 damage splash versus everything they hit. Especially Lings, though. Especially Zerglings. I mean, that's not true. You know what I mean? It just feels like Archons really like to chew those guys up. Now, Ling's scouting ahead to see if there's anybody to see this coming, and there's not. WhiteRa does not see this massive Doom drop coming into his main base. Robotics facility warping in, and we will get to see the vacuum cleaners there. Muta ends the day with 12 kills, which is really not bad, but hey, the Overlords are here. Don't let their disinterested figures and faces tell you otherwise. He didn't even bring any Dark Swarm with him, though. Which, I just realized, no Defilers today at all. There's a Reaver in production. Ultras taking down a few of these gateways. I'm enjoying that very much. Some free High Templar are going to do pretty well for yourselves, too. Free High Templar. Ultras trying to hold the door. While these guys, while Lings get on top of these gateways, wiping out every single gateway. Most of the gateways that WhiteRa has is a pretty good way to get back into this game. Maybe expanding behind it, too. He's thinking about expanding behind it, too. Oh, we lost a robotic support bay, which means the Reaver we're making is the only one we're going to have for quite some time. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I kind of feel like it would have been smarter. Oh, is he bringing more units in? He's trying to bring more units in, and he thinks, nah, no. But the Lings and the Ultras are up at the 3rd base all of a sudden, and WhiteRa is going to lose his main source of income, if not all of his source of income. Holy crap, this game got really interesting really fast. Lings sneaking down the unknown paths, but there's an Archon holding the line here and a Scout for reasons. We've seen Scouts a lot ever since we've gotten the CARBOT skin. Seems like I've had Scouts more often in the CARBOT skin than not. Look at this Archon holding. No, not enough. He does end up going down. He falls to the onslaught of the Zerg. But WhiteRa, 114 supply. Income, nowheresville right now. He's mining from about 4 mineral patches, maybe a total of 5. Lings on these pylons. He's going to try to supply block WhiteRa into next Tuesday. Which, depending on when this casts, it might be a Tuesday. I don't know. More Scourge on the way here. WhiteRa has a bunch of money in the bank, actually. He is supply blocked pretty heavily. Additional pylons would be good. I'm not sure engaging with these Zealots is what you want, but you know what? They've got adrenal glands. They've got the upgrades. They're doing it, man. WhiteRa supply blocks 108 to 90 at this stage. The Reavers evaporating the Zerglings. Trying to come around from angles, right? Yeah, so you're always chewing on it. Nicely done. That was really well controlled. Guess what, though? You don't get a 4th hatch. Remember how that's been WhiteRa's entire platform for his political running for president? His campaign has been all about no 4th bases for Zergs, and he's really held on to it. The Lings and the Hiders could kill this gateway if they wanted, but he's trying to save the hatch, which he can't. I mean, Lurkers are stabbing pretty well, and by Lurkers I mean a single Lurker, but one Lurker can't save this whole thing, especially when it gets stormed in the face. And then again, so it is completely dead. But yeah, WhiteRa's main base is a ghost town. This is turning into very much a what we have is what we have scenario. Nobody has any income right now. Okay, technically the 3rd base by Fluffy is still mining, yes. And technically, WhiteRa is mining from the natural. But man, killing probes would be a big deal too. WhiteRa less supply blocked because stuff keeps dying. It's not a good way to get on supply blocked, as it turns out. But 2 Lings free inside your probe line is really bad. Really bad. If anything, Fluffy's going to have the higher drone count, but can he mine anywhere to make it happen? Is what I would like to know. They're hiding in the middle of the base, or middle of the map. Seems like a pretty scary place to be. Vacuum Cleaner Robotic Support Bay going to die for the 2nd time in this game today. Zealot standing alone with 0 kills in the middle of his ruined base. WhiteRa's probe count is 2. Again, huge bank for him. 1,700, 1,000 for that guy. Fluffy's never had a 3rd base. He doesn't know what they are. He doesn't know how it feels to have a 3rd. He's long distance mining from this main area so he can have enough resources to take a hatchery somewhere. It's 50 to 56 supply. WhiteRa's army is not that big. He lost his Reaver, which I think is a problem. Although, no, he could have afforded it. Again, he has a ton of minerals. About 3 more ultras in production. Fluffy is spending his money pretty effectively. He has enough money for another hatch if and he wants it. Ooh, nicely done. Taking down a shuttle with those Scourge. That drone is dead. Observer gets sniped out too by Scourge. I did not see it, but I definitely heard that. That was the sound of an Observer getting taken down by some Scourge. And yeah, at this stage, it's going to be Ultralisks versus High Templar Archons, Dragoons, and Dark Templar. So if he can engage with detection, it might not be too bad. WhiteRa pushes out pretty far from home. Man, he's got some stuff defending his remaining bases here, which is so scary. He's getting the robotic support bay. He wants the Reavers. He really wants the Reaver shuttle play. He hasn't really been able to do it all that much because it keeps losing the robotic support bay, which is going to be frustrating, but he is replacing it. It's all anybody could ever ask for. Woo! Overlord picked off from distance by these Dragoons with +3 attack, mind you. Ultras are fully upgraded, +3 and +5 there. The Lings are fully upgraded too, is what that means. A lot of Scourge. Surprisingly high number of Scourge. There's 11 there. 12, rather. I mean, maybe a little bit more, but I'm not sure. Maybe they're just trying to take out the shuttle that they assume is going to be part of this play. It's just that WhiteRa has so much Storm. So much Storm. I think this is getting an epic tag. I don't know what else to do with it. It's just nobody has any income. Nobody can expand where they want to. There is a hatch. Ooh, trying to sneak it, man. Trying to sneak it down this way. Does WhiteRa catch wind of it is the question. Is he heading down this way to take a hard left and kill it? I don't know. Overlord trying to be a bit of a red herring. Hey, follow me. I'm have a drone inside me probably, and gonna make a hatchery. And then he dies. Oh no, you shut down my attempt at getting a base. Oh, he canceled it. Did he? He did. He canceled it. He was worried. He was worried that WhiteRa's army was so close. Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna sneak the hatch. There it is. Ling's coming down the right side, trying to kill a Zealot. Anything they can kill right now is good. It's really good for him. I think WhiteRa's probe count is 3, you guys. Maybe 4. Oh, but free Lings are free Lings. You don't want to be free Lings. Don't do it. Don't you even think about it. Drone's long distance mining from the main again. This hatch, I think, is going to get up. WhiteRa's army's not really in position to do anything about it. Ling's cruising on down. There's a Reaver here. They're trying to take down the robotics facility. They can't. Too many cannons, too many Zealots. Too many Archons. Trying to finish off his Zealot, but no. Nice control from WhiteRa. Absolutely disgusting control from WhiteRa. Oh, DT finds the hatch. Doing front flips the whole time. Why is he only doing front flips? Is that how they handle building? Ah! The Ultras came in to save it. And they do. And Lurkers are setting up. And Scourge are here. Ooh. He's counting on Lurkers to be able to kill anything that comes in to shut him down. And the Scourge are going to kill the Observers so that you can't see the Lurkers. Although, with enough High Templar, and there are some High Templar here, 3 of them to be exact, you can just storm the heck out of the Lurkers anyway. Drones coming into mine. Again, income has been at a premium for a long time in this match. Nidus Canal on the way. I kind of like Nidus Canal, but man, does he want to come in here with 3 Lurkers? Stabbing. Oh, there's a free DT. Okay, that's bad. Dragoons are trying to kill the Scourge. Oh, the Observer! No! Holy crap, they didn't get the Observer. He sent every one of his Scourge in. They flew over the Archons and they died, and now detection is available. And now, Fluffy's main source of income, his only source of income, is in an immense amount of trouble. WhiteRa thinking about expanding. Oh, did he just get the Observer? I think he just got the Observer, but again, it doesn't matter. You know where the lurkers are. You just storm them twice and call it a day. Nidus Canal coming up. What could possibly save him? Ultras on top of Archons is not what you want to be with Ultras. Everybody escapes into the Nidus. And that goes down. WhiteRa is really keeping to his presidential campaign promises, you guys, of no fourth base for Zergs. Alright, so Fluffy doesn't have enough income for a third base again. I mean, some of these drones have minerals in their mouths. So it could take him back. It might be enough to get 300, but he's making 6 lings instead of going for a hatch right away. He recognizes he needs something, but these Archons. 27 kill Archon, 19, 16, 14, and 4. 11, 9, 6. These dudes. I've been putting in work. That Zealot has 0 kills. So does he. How are you guys so lazy? How on earth do you have 0 kills? I don't know. Lurker burrows in. Storm finishes off. This probe, I think, is long distance mining from, like, here. I'd hope. He was sneaking around up here, but then the Overlord had vision. WhiteRa attacking into Sunkens is not something he wants to do right now. Like, every shot from a Sunken is bad news bears for him, so. No more Sunken shots, dude. Lings and Ultras trying to take down this base. There's nothing defending this but a Reaver. Okay, and a Reaver. La la la. Oh, he picks it up. He picks it up. The defense of the shuttle and the Reaver is too much. And the base does get saved. I think a cannon might have died there, but overall not too bad. No, long distance mining is really helping Fluffy here. Long distance mining. Oh, hang on. Is this the last probe for WhiteRa? Oh, tried to pick it up with a shuttle. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. He has to make another probe. Reaver shot on Zergling is a bit of overkill, I want to say. Yeah, I mean, the good news for Fluffy is he doesn't have to rebuild his production facilities. He doesn't have to rebuild his tech structures. He's good as far as that stuff goes. I mean, there's only one gateway here for WhiteRa, so if he wants to rebuild an army, he can't for quite some time. He'll have to rebuild gateways, which is resources and additional time that he wishes he didn't have to use. So, oh, additional probes here, though. What the heck are you doing here? Where did you come from? I don't know where you came from. I'm not going to lie. Overlord continuing to scout around, see what's up in WhiteRaville. Fluffy does long distance mining and making Hydras with it, which Hydra not bad here. I really don't. Okay, I don't know. WhiteRa has a really balanced composition. He's got Dragoons, Archons, Zealots, and High Templar. I mean, that's splash damage. That is tanking. That is dealing damage. That is everything you want to handle a Zerg player in pretty much every situation. He's turning him into lurkers. Okay, so Hydras not as good. Ooh, if he can lurker drop. Like here, maybe? That does seem like it would be a problem for WhiteRa. Man, this game is good. This is a Gosu game. Thank you so much, Lazarus, again, for getting these to us. I can't thank you enough, honestly. Archon does get into this little long-distance mining Congo line that is set up right now. Lurker burrows in, says, "Get out of my house." But then, the storms are a problem. Do you have enough? Almost has enough energy for another storm. Man, lurkers don't do all that much damage to Archons, do they? They do not. Oh, got it. Got one before he could burrow. There is enough storm. There it is. Enough energy for another storm. That lurker does burrow, though. And not enough energy for a storm anymore for that High Templar. Not for some time. Right now, anyway. Can do the trick where if you put the Dragoon up on top of the lurker and have the Archon attack the Dragoon, the splash damage will actually hurt the lurker. It's a really nice trick, but at this point where your resources are so low and your unit count is so low, I don't know if it's possible. So WhiteRa. Ah! He retook his natural. When did he do that? I guess he had resources to do it, and he's defending. I think WhiteRa has this thing won. It's 48 to 25 available supply. The Archons have been absolute beasts. No taking down the shuttle for you, Scourge. He's trying to micro his way here, but the shuttle's staying very nicely protected. 28 and 24 kills, 18 kill Dragoon is pretty good stuff. Templar has 12 kills. Reaver with 3 because he's new. Just waiting for energy on this one High Templar to take down that Lurker, and then I think that's it. And Fluffy's building some Zerglings with his remaining money, but he's down to 44 minerals, and it's just not. It's just not enough. So at this point, yeah, I mean, drones are long distance mining, but the Zealots found this stuff too. I mean, Fluffy has a nice worker count, he really does. But he just wasn't ever able to get a 4th base. WhiteRa made it his mission in life to make sure that Fluffy did not get a 4th base in this game. WhiteRa's 3rd base is happily mining. It's not that many probes, but is way more income than Fluffy is seeing right now. Especially considering there are Archons and stuff down this way. Where are these Scourge? What are they? How are there endless amounts of Scourge for Fluffy? I don't understand it. He's trying to snipe down. I mean, he could try to snipe down that shuttle if he wanted to. It's not all that protected right now. In fact, it's not protected at all. That Reaver will not help you. Yeah, these drones are running, but nah. Good game from Fluffy. Rematch, says Fluffy. WhiteRa says, nah, sorry, later, man, but good game. And WhiteRa comes out on top at 36 minutes and 20 seconds. Ah, what a great game. Yeah, that's getting an epic tag. That was incredible. WhiteRa. Special tactics. Protoss prevails over Zerg. And yeah, Protoss fans are happy about it. Man, 25 kills, 10 kills, and 28 kills on those Archons. This guy's got 16. It just feels like the longer the game goes on, the more Protoss kind of babysits their own units and makes them count for all they're worth. And my golly, that's what happened today. That is what for all they were worth without question. Man, good stuff. Hit that like button, by the way. Somebody every once in a while points out that I don't get enough likes on my videos, like compared to what they should be based on the view count and people that keep coming back. So hitting that like actually gets me more visibility. I try to do the same thing with videos that I watch. But yeah, in the end, I keep saying it, Fluffy wasn't allowed a 4th base. WhiteRa said 4th base not for you. And if you never get a 4th base in 36 minutes, you're not going to win this game. WhiteRa losing his entire main, most of his natural, and all of his 3rd base. He never got a 4th base either. Keep that in mind. He just retook his 3rd and was really cost efficient with the battles up until that point. But yeah, he was able to get to the higher tech. There was no Dark Swarm. There was no Plague. There were no Defiler plays whatsoever. I liked the Ultra Ling Drop Hydra stuff, especially because it did take out the main base of WhiteRa, but he couldn't really engage directly with this army without any of that. So, well played. Well played by WhiteRa. Gets the win. Let's check out that final score. 189,000 points for WhiteRa, 181 for Fluffy, 442 Zerg units killed, and a total of 184 Protoss units down. 54 buildings raised by Fluffy in that game. Again, wiping out a Protoss's main base will get you some pretty gaudy numbers. And then in the end, resources, Fluffy, way more gas mined, 5,000 more gas mined, 6,000 more minerals mined, and about 11,000 more spent. But without those casters, man, without that Defiler, it's going to be hard to beat somebody of WhiteRa's caliber when he's got Storm he's using, when he's got Reavers he's using. And yeah, just the pinnacle of Protoss efficiency on display by WhiteRa today. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Bedtime for me. But that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.